Hey guys, so this started as my first February vlog, and now it's February 28th. Lies, it's February 22nd, and it's turned into a different video. I want to talk about my puppy. She passed away 11 days ago. So trigger warning, I'm not going to talk about how she died or why she died, but I'm just going to talk a little bit about her life and who she was and what she meant to my family, because I think that she deserves a place here. So I will show some pictures up here as I talk. But we got her when she was 8 weeks old. I was 12 years old. No, I was 10 years old. And I remember getting her, she only weighed a pound. So she weighed as much as 2 sticks of butter. That's what my mom used to say. And she could fit in the palm of your hand. She was so small. And we put her in this little like black and pink hoodie sweater to take her home. And she had this basket. She like slept in a basket in the car ride home. And she had these 2 puppies, 2 like white stuffed animals that were basically the size of her, and she had those puppies for the rest of her life and always loved them and always played with them, and it was very like protective of her puppies. They were definitely her toys and you didn't mess with them. She loved to eat. We brought her home and we always kept her on a diet because she was a Maltese, and she was a bigger Maltese, but if you keep your dog's food and diet regular and keep their weight down, then they live a lot longer, especially smaller dogs. So my mom was always very cognizant of that and always like measured out her food and made sure that she was only eating what she was supposed to be eating. And boy, did that upset her. She used to eat out of these like little teeny tiny dishes because she was so small, and she would flip the dish, like flip it with her nose across the kitchen because she was mad that she only got a certain amount of food. And that's how she was like her entire life. She always wanted more food. She was always hungry. If you were in the kitchen, she would start running. Like you could hear her. If she was asleep in another room, you could hear her like tick, we called it clickety clacking on the floor with her nails because they're hardwood floors. She moved with us 5 times, so she was very used to different houses. She did not like dogs, hated dogs, like did not want dogs to come up to her, did not want to play with dogs. That was not her thing. Loved to sleep. She had a bed in basically every room of our house. It was a small house. And she had 2 beds in the living room, not to mention, obviously, the couch and the ottoman, which she was allowed on because she was a princess, and she slept there as well. She really liked toys that looked like animals, like live animals. So, like, this is her bunny. I got it for her for Christmas, I think, one year, and it literally, like, we call it roadkill rabbit. And this was one of her favorite toys. I washed it before I'm like touching it. Obviously, like I'm not, not that crazy that I'm holding her like gross, dirty toy. But yes, she loved animal toys, toys that looked like rabbits or raccoons or squirrels, things like that. Yeah, and she would toss them around and then she would put them down, like put them on the ground, lick them a few times, and then circle them. We always said she's hunting them. She's a hunter. She loved to sleep on my sister. If my sister was on the couch, my dog, Posie is her name, Posie would get on Katie and she would like circle my sister's body until she found the place on top of her that she wanted to lay. She was very particular about things like that. She liked to walk, but not too much. If you tried to take her on a walk that was too long, you would have to pick her up and carry her because she would just stop walking. She loved popcorn. Popcorn was one of her favorite foods. So was apples. Posie loved apples, and I eat tons of apples. Like I eat maybe 2-3 apples a day. So every time I cut up apples, I would either give some to her, or if I was like headed out, I would give some to her, and then I would leave a little bowl for people to give her apples while I was gone. So she was a great dog. I grew up with her. She was 13 when she passed away. She saw me graduate high school. She saw me go to college. She saw me graduate college. I remember FaceTiming her when I was in college because I missed her so much, and she hated technology. Like if you had a computer out on your lap on the couch, she would try and sit on it. Did not like it, did not want it on her couch. And so she didn't like FaceTime because she could hear me, but I wasn't there, and it would freak her out. So we would FaceTime sometimes, but it was mostly like my mom showing me her, but she wouldn't show her me, if that makes sense. She saw me start to date my fiance, and she saw me get engaged. She was the best dog. And we're all still, you know, God, we'll be getting over it for the rest of our lives because she meant so much to us. And I know she's in a good place now. But I wanted to tell you a little bit about my puppy. So sorry for the sad video. I will be back with better, happier content soon. Hopefully. The month is ending. I have stuff to say about student teaching. I have stuff to say about reading and writing. But I needed to say that, so thank you for everybody who listened. If you want to see more from me and my life, subscribe down below. I'd love to have you here.